Hi everyone, thanks for tuning into my channel, Huub Hildenbrand Guitar Academia. Today we will talk about counterpoint. Counterpoint, not to check out all these different rules and things you should consider when writing a strict kind of counterpoint in classical music or in Renaissance or something like that, where it's really there are really like a lot of considerations and laws and rules which you have to follow. We take that in a way for our purposes here on Guitar Academia and also for playing guitar. We just want to make sure that we are aware of counterpoint, and we will talk about the four different motions of counterpoint, and then I also have some counterpoint fragments like exercises in like two in counterpoint. Okay, and down in the description below you find the link for this lesson's PDF. There also you have these different motions and these fragments, counterpoint fragments to study, all in notation. So would be good, I think, for reference and to understand this lesson, to download that. And of course, it also supports this channel, so it would be a cool thing to do. All right, thank you. Okay, there are some construction works outside. I hope that don't mind too much here with these recordings. Anyway, that's more important here, what we are doing. So we have four different kinds of motions. We have parallel motion, we have similar motion, contrary motion, and oblique motion. And you have them all on the sheet, also with some notes. So so it's actually like a very simple thing. But at the same time, just briefly thinking about those motions is a good study also in awareness about that you actually deal with two voices. Yeah, that you deal with two, you can say also two people, two humans, because you need to sing like two notes at the same time, to have two notes at the same time, and to just think they're actually like two singing together, and everybody is having their own melody to sing. And now the question is, how do these two melodies relate? How does one progresses in a certain way and the other progresses in another way, or in the same way, or how is it progressing? Or is it not progressing at all? Does it stay on one note? So all these different possibilities of relationships of two movements, you can label them in these four different motions. There is let's maybe not start in that order, not go in that order. There's there's oblique motion. Oblique motion is maybe the most simple in some way, because one voice stays while the other moves. Yeah, so you have, for example, what you can do. That's oblique motion. So oblique means one stays while the other below or on top is moving. Anyhow, yeah, it doesn't matter how that other voice is moving. It's moving and one stays. That's the concept of oblique motion, and you can you can see this concept quite a lot in different kinds of music. You can also say, in a way, like if you have Indian raga music, that is also kind of what happens is a kind of oblique motion, because you invent melody while at the same time the tampura is playing a drone there. Yeah, so it's always there's one note which stays the whole time, and so in a way you already have sort of counterpoint happening. Yeah, that's you can just you can find these motions in different ways. I think it's good to know that they exist, that you know these four different motions, and then you are more aware, and then you can recognize those also in the music. Okay, then you have with a motion which is called contrary motion, and that's also we talked about that in the voice leading lessons. Contrary motion is considered the most strong or the best. Yeah, the best, because you have like two individual two very individual characters at the same time. So that's best for polyphony, because polyphony is the art of combining like different melodies which have their own identity, you can say. It's the height of polyphony, and this height actually was reached at the end of the Renaissance. Yeah, like people like Palestrina, it's really like incredible, this kind of music where you really hear like these separate voices, and at the same time making always these very harmonious sound on every like pulse, so to speak. It's really incredible. I mean, to compose something like that is really hard. It's really, you deal with a lot of like things you can do wrong. So a lot of problems will arise. I tried actually. Okay, so this contrary motion, it goes like if you stay here in this A minor thing, the contrary motion is going like. I mean, it can. I'm doing now like kind of a stepwise approach here, but contrary motion can really like you go with one note, you go down a half step while the other. Yeah, it can be like larger distances. Yeah, all kinds of movements. It's just one goes contrary to the other, and this can be either they're coming more close together, or they can go more apart from each other. These two possibilities you always have. Then you have parallel motion. Parallel motion is when you move in the same direction, both voices, and stay with the same interval. Yeah, for example, in diatonic, you move in diatonic thirds or sixths or fifths or fourths or whatever. So you just go. Or six. No, that was oblique. Okay? So you always stick to the same interval. If you would change the interval but go into the same direction, then it would be another movement. Then it's also on the page, it would be similar movement if you change the interval while progressing in the same direction with both voices. So for example, you go from here to here. So you go from a kind of a sixth to a kind of a seventh. Yeah? Or you go from an octave to a sixth here. So it's always like usually like one there could be exceptions in theory, but usually like one is really taking a greater distance than the other, and this will reach then into another interval. Yeah. Of course, if you just play like diatonic intervals, it's also they do not go in the same. They don't take the same intervallic distance if you compare them by half steps. Yeah, so one half steps and two half steps is different. But when you go further, yeah, then you come into different territory. If you really go exactly the same distance, exactly like half steps, the top voice is going 2 steps, 2 half steps down, and the lower voice also. Then that is like a kind of an absolute or strict parallel movement. Yeah, if you just on the guitar, it's very easy, because on the guitar you just take the same thing and just move it. Yeah, you just move around with it. In reality, of course, when you consider counterpoint, of course you not decide I'm doing that all the time. I'm doing like contrary motion or similar motion or parallel motion or oblique motion all the time. You mix it. Yeah, you mix that up. You can just think. You have a melody and you add another melody. You have like counterpoint, 2 different melodies, and then especially of course if they take the same rhythm. Yeah, like in rhythmic unison, then you can go from step to the next step and analyze what motion is going on there. Yeah, is it oblique motion? Is it, and so on. Yeah, you all have these. You have all these motions there. And of course, you can use that also in a creative way. By you have a melody and you want to write a second line, a counterpoint melody to that, or like for accompaniment, and then you can really go from step to step and think about, okay, what note will go with that, with every note of the melody, and then you can think of this counterpoint of the lower, mostly melody, in terms of how is it progressing in relation to the melody. Yeah? If I have a melody, for example, just that, I can think oblique motion. I can sing parallel motion. Yeah. I could even think about an absolute parallel motion here. Yeah. I can think about contrary motion also. Yeah, so just by thinking, by putting my awareness not on the actual notes, first, what do I wanna have there as a second voice to every melody note? More to think, what kind of movement do I want? So I have these movements, this directions. Yeah? It's about direction. This goes up, this goes down, this stays, this goes in that kind of a direction. So that's a kind of a different thinking. But of course, at the same time, you also have to think every note. And is this really the note you want to have there? Is this really like giving you the chord or whatever? I mean, whatever you're composing. Okay, but I think it's clear, huh? I think it's really clear. It should be clear, actually. It's not a difficult subject. But I consider that as being just very very important when it comes to like counterpoint. Yeah, I mean to understand, to go into also into the voice leading of chords and see what motions are happening there. To just be more conscious about the individuality of the voices in a certain kind of a texture and their relationships, how they relate. Okay, let's go to the second page now. I collected a few little nice counterpoint fragments for practicing as like studies, so to speak. And now I will not talk anymore about the different motions, what we just talked about, because I think you can just figure out that by yourself. Yeah? You can just take a look at that and then analyze these fragments for the different motions. And instead I will just explain what's happening there so that you understand what's written there. It's all on the PDF down in the description below, as I said already, and would be great if you download that. Yeah, and I will just go through that. So what we are doing, we take a scale, we take a chord and its scale. In this case we took E minor Aeolian. E minor Aeolian, and we think chord tones and non-chord tones. So what we do, we take like two different chord tones. In this case we took E and G. So this minor third, root and third. Yeah. So that's my chord. These are my chord tones. It's not a complete chord, but it doesn't matter. It works. It works in E minor really well because it's E minor. It's a part of E minor. Okay, but it's just two notes. We are dealing with counterpoint, two-note counterpoint, two-part counterpoint. Okay, so what we can do once we have chosen the scale, we can approach the chord tones in a diatonic way. We can go up like as a kind of suspension from A to G. Yeah, remember this whole thing is in the context of that's the E minor chord. And then we can approach it also from, and that's oblique motion. Huh? Okay, once we did that, we do the same thing, but we do it with a lower note, with the E. We also approach the E, while keeping our chord tone, our upper chord tone, keep that. So the whole form would be okay, and this procedure, I told you it's a study, we can just repeat or apply on any interval which is formed by two different chord tones of E minor. I mean, you can also take the same chord tone, then I mean, anything is possible. But for example, we could take that one. Yeah, a G here and a B here. So we take like. Yeah, and we can go to A minor. Leading tone, A minor harmonic, kind of. Octave. we can just go on like that. That is really a real cool cool pattern, a cool idea. We only have to consider our chord tones and have this kind of a stable construction or skeleton thing, yeah? A minor, root and third, for example, and then we just we go step higher and lower. We're using those neighbor tones which are diatonic to the chord scale we picked there, or which works in that context. So that's a study. So it's there are many variations, and there it's only for E minor, but I showed you that now also. You can just progress. If you take if you just stick with one chord, you can also do it in a more systematic way, the whole study. You can go from the close, I call that close position intervals in E minor. So you have these are your close position intervals, and you can just you can just go through these always go to the next close position interval, and that it's also written there, huh? You see this thing there, and you see that thing there, and of course it works also for larger distances. You could also do like it's all the same. Yeah, it's all different, but it's also all the same. So just take what you enjoy, which sound you like, and go with that, and really practice that. That's really cool practice. Also this combination of everything, like chord tones, being really clear about this basic framework, construction, skeleton, and then also have like chord scales happening at the same time, syncing chord scales, all these colors, and also syncing counterpoint. So it's a lot of stuff you're dealing in a very musical way with. Okay, now we come to like three different fragments, like sequences, where you go with a certain pattern through the chord progression, diatonic chord progression in the cycle of 4. So we can sing either, in this case, we can sing either it's in E minor or in G major. Yeah, we have one sharp. And what we're doing, we actually have a sort of pattern here. It's going like that. Is a very typical melodic pattern. And so on. That's our melodic pattern, and we harmonize that pattern, that scale sequence, you can say, and we harmonize it with, that's E minor, and that's A minor. So A minor 7, it's always like a seventh actually. It's E minor 7th to A minor 7th, and these are like already the chords progressing in the cycle 4 of the scale. Yeah, so you have and then you add those chord tones of these two chords. So you have the fifths and the third going to the root. That's what's happening there, and then the root becomes the fifths of the next chord of D dominant 7th. You see that also on the page. I just give you, I show you the example to how it sounds. I can play it as exactly as written, or I can always, like in the first example, I can always strike both notes simultaneously. That's both possible. Okay, let's do it as it is written. So. And what I did here is like I played a B dominant seventh to have the D sharp, the leading tone to E. In a way I would the chords I would choose like kind of a 2-5 to G major, and then a 2-5 F sharp minor 7 flat 5 B dominant seventh to E minor, and to take these chords. So we in this case E minor 7, A minor 7, D dominant 7th, G major 7th, C major 7th, F sharp minor 7th flat 5, B dominant 7th, and E minor 7th, starting the whole thing again. Yeah? So we have like E minor actually, it's more like an E minor tonality, and we shift between E minor and G major, sort of. Okay, next would be, there we have like also contrary motion in a nice way. We do. And so on. Of course, the spacings, you know, you can do different spacings as we did also with this other. That's nice actually, huh? Yeah. Oh, now again in close position. That was the same. Okay, let's do one more and just maybe from here. And so on. The difficulty is really to improvise that, to really make that up at the spot. It's a real study. I mean, you should maybe also stick to one thing and then just play it over and over. It's like I mean, the cool thing is really it challenges quite a bit, and you're thinking, because you have to know what you have to know the notes and what you have to do with them, and also to be at two places at the same time. That's a kind of interesting, very interesting approach and thinking, to be more like I'm there and there. I'm here thinking, okay, my root goes down and will become the fifth, the third. Yeah, at the same time I think, okay, my third will stay, and then it will go up to the root. Yeah, and then I'm here. So. Okay. Anyway, I think with time you will also get the pattern. I have to practice that actually. It's nice. It's really also challenging, and I think when you do that, you know, you get more aware of this polyphonic thing. I mean, you have to think in a polyphonic way. Two melodies, two things happening at the same time. So it's a good study. It's really a good study for that. The next one is just I mean the same melody together with the same chord progression as example 1 of these cycle 4 studies, but the lower voice is moving in a different way. But actually we have to I will come to that quickly. So we have actually, this is a pattern. Okay, and do different keys and whatever. But the interesting thing, because that's not written there. Maybe I will write it down. Maybe it will be on the PDF when you get it. You can also play to do the whole thing vice versa. Huh? To do this kind of a melody. Then put the roots in the top voice. Yeah. Let me do that. Let me do that again here. So. There I go up. Should I go up or down? That sounds nice, huh? Or? Oh, that's cool. So G major, C major, F sharp diminished, and then D dominant sevenths. And so on. That's beautiful. I will write it down. You will find it also on the PDF. This to shift around that. And actually, it's quite nice also how the just the roots in the melody. This cycle 4 going a fourth up and going a fifth down. How they actually sound very nice in that context. Really gets this melodic quality. That's cool. Okay, then the next. Is a little bit connected to parrot actually, Arvo parrot, this Tinabuli style. It's going like, and you either, no, you really, yeah, you should really hold the note here. And that you can do for any chord, huh? Like, okay, so that's another nice little fragment you can use. You can go through a whole progression maybe. Anyway, whatever. Just check it out. This fragment. Next fragment would be going from the octave and then in contrary motion to the third of a chord, perfect fourth up or perfect fifth down. So in this case, it's. I just liked this like musically this fragment is nice in a way. And you can either think you start from the thirds, yeah, in this case of an A minor, going to D minor in this case, or you can say I'm starting from the fifths, yeah, of F major, going to B flat major, or B diminished. It depends on the scale you're choosing. Yeah, so either that's the thirds going to root and third, or that's the fifths going to third and fifths. Yeah, it's also in brackets you see another kind of analysis. It's analyzed in two different ways. Okay, I think this is just a little like a collection of just little stuff which I found which I just put together. They just came up and in the last years, I don't know, and then now I just put them together to have this kind of a very musical. I think they're very musical. They're really nice to play. They're beautiful sounds. Maybe a little bit cliche, but not only cliche, but really also based in like traditional harmony, you can say. So you can. The good thing here is that you really can apply them when you sing chords. Yeah, that's also the idea in a way to be able to use this counterpoint in the relationship of chords, of voice leading, or just thinking more in a melodic way, but really keep it really in the structure of chords. Because the interesting thing is, even if you don't sing chords, if you just have a scale, for example, and you just go by counterpoint, you create these chords. You create tonality, or you create the impression that these are like chords, because you also play harmonic structures. They often imply a chord progression, and then you very quickly find out that it's better also to think about that, as to analyze it for yourself in a certain way, that you're able to understand more the sounds you're dealing with, you know. So it's like this music of Johann Sebastian Bach, you know. You have this. That is just melody, but at the same time it's extremely extremely strong in the chords. So syncing chords is really is really what holds this all the thing together. Yeah, he would not go and think about octave sounds nice. Then go on a certain way. No, it's about B minor. He knows that how can I show B minor in a musical nice way? That's more the question here. Yeah. So, and that gives the whole thing structure, and also to analyze these a counterpoint fragment which you find for yourself, to analyze for in which harmonic context does it work, gives you really a tool how. Yeah, to really understand the shape of the puzzle, so that you can actually put it wherever you like, but I mean where that fits, you know. Of course, puzzle is not a good idea because you have just one place where it fits. So, but you understand. I hope you understand. All right, that's it for this lesson. I hope you enjoyed, and please don't forget to subscribe if you didn't do that already, and click the bell button to get notifications when a new video will be released. This is the case here every week. And also down in the description below you find a link to my website, hupphildenbrand.com, Guitar Academia. There you find a button where you can donate to support my channel. So this would be really cool. I would really appreciate that. Also to see that you value the stuff what I'm sharing here with you in a way that you also want to support my work here. Yeah, would be really happy about that. All right, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching. My name is Huub Hildenbrand.